Nothing's going to happen. Do you think anything's going to happen? You know, we're wasting time. Do you think anything's going to... We might as well... In fact, today, the story came out, and they had it like a little story, because almost as corrupt as crooked Hillary Clinton is the media right back there. Believe me. Believe me. Oh, and these people here, they're getting $1,500 to do that. $1,500. You see how professional they are? Look at the guy. Now he's just walking out. So yesterday there was a story that the DNC, Democratic National Committee, is sending protesters in here, paying them $1,500. Look at that guy. He's like a pro. They got him out. Now he's just walking. You know, it's disgusting. It just came out yesterday, and I thought so. But the way they got him, he walked out. By the time he got to the door, it was all over, puts everything in, now he's off. Look at it, look at it. Look. And you know what? It's all over the internet. The mainstream media hardly wrote about it, and they caught him yesterday. Not him. They pay $1,500. And they give iPhones to everybody if you go in and disrupt. This is what we're dealing with these people. These are bad people. And the press doesn't cover it. And now look, they're covering him being taken out. And they'll say, a protester, like he's this innocent little lamb. And then you wonder why our country's in trouble. Then you wonder why our country's in trouble. The media, you have to remember, is an extension of the Hillary Clinton campaign. It's an extension. And without that, she would be nowhere. The press has created a rigged system and poisoned the minds of the voters. Many of the voters, of course, a lot of voters, their minds are just fine. They know exactly what's going on. I think the media is trying to discourage our people from getting out and voting. I do. It's a very crooked group of people. Without the media and all of the other corrupt entities that have helped her along the way, honestly, she'd be nothing, folks. She'd be nothing. Even my worst critics agree the media has come after us like they have never, ever, ever come after anyone before. Never. I mean, I'm like, there's never been a hit or a pile-on. And even they admit it. They even say it. The failing New York Times, and it is failing, it won't be in business, in my opinion, more than 3 or 4 more years. They said in an article, in a major article, let's face it, balance has been on vacation since Mr. Trump stepped onto his golden Trump Tower escalator to announce his candidacy. So true. They admit it. And then they go on to say, we don't care. We don't care. We'll do whatever is necessary to defeat him and to defeat those people. That's what they want to do. They want to stop our agenda for change, but we won't let them. History is watching us now, waiting to see if we will rise to the moment. The moment is going to be November 8th. It's very simple. And we will. We've just begun to fight. They even want to try and rig the election at the polling booths, where so many cities are corrupt and voter fraud is all too common. And then they say, oh, there's no voter fraud in our country. There's no voter fraud. No, there's no voter fraud. Take a look at St. Louis. Take a look at Philadelphia. Take a look at Chicago. And then I have even the Republicans saying, oh, this is a wonderful... Look, if nothing else, people are going to be watching on November 8th. Watch Philadelphia. Watch St. Louis. Watch Chicago. Watch so many other places. But then, do you ever notice they're saying there's no voter fraud? Now, there's a voter fraud also with the media because they so poison the minds of people by writing false stories. They are the... I believe, actually, they are more crooked than crooked Hillary. I really do. That's a lot. That's a lot. In 2014, the Washington Post, that's another beauty, published an article entitled, "Could Non-Citizens Decide the November Election?" Okay, that's Washington Post. The article found that 14%, it's all right. Oh, they're having a good time. Were they friend or foe? The article found that 14% of non-citizens were registered to vote, and it also found non-citizen voting may have given Democrats the pivotal 60th vote needed to pass horrible Obamacare, okay? Now, just think of that for a second. And then you heard like 1.8 million people are dead or shouldn't be on the list, right? You've got dead people voting. How did that happen? I don't know. And then I listened to all of these politicians saying the system is wonderful. Got to fix the system. The system is also rigged by the donors giving hundreds of millions of dollars to Hillary Clinton's campaign. The reason crooked Hillary pushes for NAFTA or the Trans-Pacific Partnership and for completely open borders is because her international donors control her every single move. If we let the Clinton cartel run this government, history will record that 2017 was the year America lost its independence. That's true. That's true. It will not happen on our watch, okay? It's like when they look back at us at this time in, history, we will not be the ones that they talk about, the replacement of the great Trojan horse, right? You understand that. We're not going to be the fools that allow that to happen. And I say it again, when it comes to Washington, D.C., it is time to drain the damn swamp. That's why I'm proposing a package of ethics reforms to make our government honest once again. First, I'm going to institute a 5-year ban on all executive branch officials lobbying the government after they leave government service. They become rich. They become rich. Second, I'm going to ask Congress to institute its own 5-year ban on lobbying by former members of Congress and their staffs. They become rich. These staffs become rich. Third, I'm going to expand the definition of lobbyist so we close all loopholes that former government officials use by labeling themselves consultants and advisors when we all know they are just lobbyists, right? Lobbyists. Fourth, I'm going to issue a lifetime ban against senior executive branch officials lobbying on behalf of a foreign government, right? And fifth, I'm going to ask Congress to pass a campaign finance reform that stops registered foreign lobbyists from raising money in American elections, right? There's another major announcement I'm making today as part of our pledge to drain the swamp. If I'm elected president, I will push for a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on all members of Congress. I'm proposing a term limit of 6 years for members of the House and 12 years for members of the Senate. Long time. Decades of political failure and special interest collusion must and will finally come to an end.